Hello and welcome back to episode 24 of Dragon Hammer. Tonight's session, Secrets in the Smog. And we will pick up where we last left off. The city of Cloud's Reach is a marvel of aether-driven ingenuity. Its skyline crowned with glass dome spires and floating platforms, tethered by chains of shimmering aether and mechanical marvels. Elevated walkways crisscross between towering guild halls and industrial complexes, while below the lower districts choke beneath layers of smog. The rhythmic thrum of airships fill the sky, a constant reminder that in this city, the ambitious rise and the forgotten sink into the abyss. The seven stand in Simon Anitolo's office, the scent of varnished mahogany and burning aether filling the air. Papers scattered across his desk, blueprints, manifests, and legal decrees. Evidence of the conspiracy threatening to dismantle his empire. Two paths before you are clear. Uncover the truth behind the faulty aether tech impounded by the Skywatch, or investigate the suspicious audits in the Anitolo's factory. Either way, time is not on your side. The scene is yours.
Alright, so the plan is for us to split up. Yes? Does that sound good?
That's what we agreed on.
So no objections to that.
Or should we stay together?
Are you worried about something?
Personally, I'm not, but in our previous jobs we've always had someone either working against us, and I see no reason why this might not be an exception.
Yeah, what do you think of his in the handwritten? Looking at the pine, the sheet.
What are you whispering about?
I
You still looking at that damn note?
I am. Yeah.
That explains a lot.
What are you trying to figure out?
Thought he was
Look,
quiet.
I got all these words. I'm sorry, I got all these squargles. They were numbers, but I turned them into letters. Squargles.
So numbers and what?
You know you could just call them words, right? You're clearly struggling keeping the squirgles and the words separate.
Simon, can I get a mind and awareness for you? Difficulty on this would be 4-2.
And
3.
3. Simon, as you glance over towards Haste holding on to this envelope, you notice something rather interesting. The note he is holding is still resting upon the envelope, with the wax seal now facing towards you. The inverted triangle and the eye in the center seems to remind you of another Aether Baron. One specifically involved in black market aether goods. Never officially recognized as an Aether Baron. You know that she is referred to often as the Ghost Baroness, and has a organization that is known as the Grey Wind Cartel. Them having that is, let's say, very unorthodox.
Looks like some of these words have L's twice, where, like this one right here, that clearly should say hold. So maybe where there's double L's, you should probably change one of them to a D.
what about decile?
Like what?
Delightful?
I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say decide.
Ah.
That's what I'm saying. Change if it doesn't make sense.
Okay, hold on.
I know this probably looks bad to you, Mr. Antonio, but I promise he does know how to read. It just takes him a while.
Yeah, I'm very good at these.
If nothing else, you seem quite focused.
Oh, yes, I'm very
I
focused.
think this is the longest I've seen him go quiet for.
While you're doing that, though, could I glance at the envelope?
The envelope? Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, change this one to a D.
Okay, yeah.
This one to a D.
Alright, yeah.
And this one to a D.
Gotcha. Alright.
Now, what do you have? Read your squargles.
Okay. The ones who hold the coin decide the blame truth is not truth, only power. The shipment of faulty.
You can do it. We believe in you.
Those letters aren't supposed to go next to each other.
No, this.
Oh, Aether?
Here you go.
Tech.
Is this the first time he's ever read before?
Out loud, yes, at least.
I'm doing good. Here, you read it.
Better than I can.
Alright.
I'm just gonna start over so we can understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood it.
You could?
The ones who hold the coin decide the blame. There's no
Oh shit!
periods.
Can you not read either?
No, it's just one long run-on sentence. There's no periods. I don't know when to
Yeah,
stop.
So we have to
There were no numbers
we-
for
we're
periods.
The
We're
one-
with the client right now.
hold
We
on.
all look good.
Hold on. See, this is what we do. This is what being a Heroes Guild is about. The one who holds the coin decide the blame. Truth is not truth, only power. The shipment of faulty Aether tech is meant to fail. See, we're heroes. We're figuring this out for you. Not function. Those who profit from failure already know the city officials are bought. Are they bought?
I can't think of any way I could prove that they had been.
Look for the... This next line, actually, we might be able to figure that out. Look for the ledger, not the words. The deal is done. The fall is set. The name you seek is among them.
I don't get it.
That sounds to me like we need to look at somebody's books. The problem is, there's many Aether Barons. We can't spend all day looking through every individual ledger.
Well, is there any way for us to decipher who gave us this letter?
Well, that's why I glanced at the envelope. I do actually recognize the seal. She's not technically an Aether Baron, but she may as well be. I'm more curious as to why she had anything delivered to each of you.
We're pretty smart.
Do you know how to find this person?
Would I know?
No. Lucia Falkenstreif, which is her name, is basically a known criminal. Queen of Aether smugglers, you would call her, essentially. As far as most people are aware, she seems to be almost invisible to both pirates and Skywatch. She has a, I guess you could say a hideout known as the Phantom Anchorage, but no one's been able to ever locate it. There are rumors that she kind of plays both sides of the fence, making sure that things never get too one-sided.
No, nobody really knows where she's stationed. The only way I could imagine we'd even be able to find her is if we've managed to find somebody that worked for her who wasn't so tight-lipped.
Do you think that the envelope itself would be enough to get somebody to talk?
Well, whoever this lady is, she gave us a clue to something. Ledger. What is it? What is that?
Ledgers are transactional records.
Like a trade between people?
It's a book where we write down names of customers and
Everyone does things with
transactions.
books and not with words.
You're not much of a book person, are you?
There's no need for them.
He's from a culture that I'm assuming doesn't read at all or have
I
books.
don't read your king's tongue, but my people inscribe what's important in runes.
You guys keep track of everything with runes?
Yes.
Is that
No
a different
different.
kind of squargle?
I mean,
Simple and short.
I like that.
I think for his sake, it needs to be longer and descriptive. Somebody could easily fudge the numbers.
With this deal, the one with the bad wizard steel, would there be a ledger with that?
Hypothetically, if we could find any sort of identifying properties, you would have that in a ledger associated with what customer bought them.
Does it?
Possibly who supplied it, but I would imagine that the supplier would probably be mentioned as me.
Do you know who would have worked on it to create it before it got sent out?
The problem is there's a few different places it could be. That being said, my guess is there would be evidence on the tech itself. Somebody's trying to make it look like it's mine, but there must be differences between our manufacturing style and what they have there, aside from the fact that it was obviously designed to fail.
Have you had a chance to look at the tech yet?
That is one of the pressing matters I hoped we would address.
If this message is anything to go by, maybe we should start there.
So how much do we make?
And there's also that as well.
Yes, as you are a guild, I imagine you do require payment. I imagine.
And we will need a ledger for this, right?
That's what Vittorio's for.
We did not bring Vittorio.
Oh, sorry, Vittorio.
If nothing else, I'm sure that I could have Corin whip up a receipt for you to take back to this Vittorio.
Yeah.
We're also we gotta take him an arm too.
Yeah, that's another.
I forget.
An arm?
Yeah, he's missing his right arm, I think. So I told him we'd bring him back a prosthetic.
Ah. I see. Prosthetic, you've certainly come to the right city for that.
Mm-hmm. But we can do that at a later date. Probably right before we leave.
I suppose it's a matter of the finances. I was planning to pay you amount as standard.
Excuse
That
me, what
much.
was that CEO jargon you just gave us?
Sounds like a lot.
The standard going rate, I understand, for a guild of your reputation.
What is the standard going rate?
So you guys are currently in iron rank, which means you're the lowest rank guild available.
Or Z rank?
Mm-hmm.
Z rank?
Yeah, basically bottom of the totem.
Good double cheeseburger. It is split 7 ways.
7-piece nugget. Each
Now,
one.
typically, deals are often you can haggle them. There is like a little bit of sort of a back and forth when it comes to this. Some companies will have things paid at the end of completion. Some let you pay half at the start, half at the end, and then some it's you get paid at the beginning only for finances that you would need for the job, and then you get the rest at the end of it. So it is really up to the guild on how they want to receive payment. But as far as the amount goes, the cost of it, typically for iron rank, we're talking anywhere between 100 to 500 of the currency that they agree upon. So for Sinzalind, it'd be Khazra or Aether Scrib. Either one would be a currency that could be bartered with. But somewhere between 100 to 500 per individual involved.
Well, he gets a discount rate then, because there's only 6 of us. We're still missing the 7s.
It's 35.
There's
No,
five. There's
five.
of us.
But he doesn't know that. We could tell them that.
Well, he can see that with his eyes, though.
Maybe they're invisible.
Also, I'm right here.
Sorry, it's a company meeting.
Well,
I'm sure you understand.
I do understand. I do also know there's a time and place for that sort of thing, and usually in another company's meeting room would not be the place for that.
You have meetings in here?
He's having one right now.
I guess that's true.
Well, what do you guys think? 100 per? This seems like a pretty low stakes, to me at least. That's the other element too. Is this low stakes? Are we talking high stakes?
Medium rare.
At this,
stakes.
at this point, what you're dealing with is corporate espionage and subterfuge and possibly a saboteur. There's no point into even thinking this is even going to be remotely violent.
I don't like that you said that.
Why would we?
So we're getting underpaid.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I'm letting say
Well,
it from Simon's
yeah.
perspective.
The stakes are high for my family, but in terms of the danger that you all should face, it should be minimal.
And he paid for our transport, so I don't think it should be anything much more than the basic rate.
So we're thinking 100 and a prosthetic arm.
Oh, he's got. Yeah, you willing to throw that in?
But how expensive is a...
Prosthetics are one of the most expensive things that you can buy.
And all the liquor we
To
can
see
drink.
someone with a prosthetic means that they are very wealthy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I want to pass on the arm. I'll throw in...
Victoria passed on the arm as well.
I will
It's really inappropriate.
go with an extra 50 per person.
This is a counting arm.
And the liquor?
Ooh, there's booze.
Yes, we need booze.
I
Otherwise,
do believe you would be able to purchase booze with the funds that
no,
I'm providing.
we need per diem.
You know what that means?
Huh?
You know, Hosty, I want to say, judging by the hazard that you carry on your person quite frequently, maybe you shouldn't be drinking a lot.
But if I don't
I'm
drink,
sorry, the
I get
hazard?
stabbed.
The spear.
Yeah, his spear. He has his.
Her name's Brie.
I thought you were talking about guilty.
Nope.
I'm sorry, who's Geldy?
Who isn't guilty?
The name of the
That's-
spear.
that's a
Ah,
better
damn it! I really
He
want to
just
match
said
you, but I
his
just can't be.
spear's name was Brittany.
Yeah.
I just kind of look into your eyes, try
It was
to
a
gauge you, but I don't
misnomer.
see anything back there. So
I'm just being honest with our boss. What is he to us?
Yeah, wait, what is he?
So, since you seem to be the honest one, who's Geldy?
It's the head.
Wait, I
the
thought we were
head?
off the train already.
You all are carrying a head?
Yes.
Well, we'd
No,
fall
we're-
behind if we
On,
didn't.
on all our
Yeah. I was gonna make that joke.
Oh, sorry.
It was a bad joke. no.
Why are you carrying a head?
Huh? You don't ask a man that question.
wasn't that?
Considering I'm paying you for certain
not
things,
your head.
I feel like
What do
I
you mean
should
you're paying us
understand
for
why you
certain
have a
things?
head.
I don't think it will affect our job, so I don't think it will affect you. So I don't think.
If it makes you feel any better, I will remain silent.
See?
I'm sorry, the head talks.
Well, yes.
You're carrying a talking
It would
head.
be weird if it didn't talk and I was just carrying it around.
It's usually against our wishes too.
I don't mind.
For the record,
Yeah.
Cloud's Reach, and I'm fairly certain I could say this about all of Abendal, it is not normal to have a talking head.
Well, apparently I'm not normal either in the other dog.
Technically, we all have talking heads.
So he'll be fine.
Yes.
Got two
all of-
abnormalities in our group.
All of our heads talk.
I was told if anyone asks, I say I'm a ventriloquist.
Who told you that?
Why didn't you say it
I
this
did.
time?
Gildy did.
Well, at least one of them's smart.
You can say that again.
Okay, well,
So,
what the
Are you
hell?
smart or are you just
I've been
old?
nice.
Both.
So 150 per person.
And alcohol.
I think we're going
Do
to
it.
take that back to 125.
Whoa, why the discount?
You're carrying a head.
Geldy
Yes,
is,
and he wants
And
his
I don't
cuts.
want to know where you got this head. In fact,
my God.
as long as the head remains silent, I hope this won't be an issue.
Okay, listen,
And
listen.
I'm realizing now, Geldy, if you could be silent,
Yes.
I would greatly appreciate it. You all are acting under my name. I am under enough scrutiny as is. If you start traipsing about Cloud's Reach with a talking head, it is directly linked to me. I already have enough problems.
All right, Mr. Anto. Is it Mr. or Lord? What do we call you?
Honestly, just call me Simon.
Okay, Simon. Maybe it'll make him feel better if you just show him the head.
Yeah,
Maybe
he'll
he'll
know.
bump it back up.
Pull your head out.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull Gildy out. See, this is Gildy.
And you see a withered, sunken-in, fleshed, receded lip line. You can see his teeth. His eyes are hollowed out, solid milked white. And
You need to put that away.
No, he's our mascot.
Put Geldy away.
I never agreed to be a mascot.
I never agreed
I
for
thought
him
the-
to be my mascot.
I thought the raccoon was the mascot.
I thought so
I'm
too.
sorry, you have a raccoon?
Oh yeah, his name's cool. You don't like raccoons now?
No, just
I don't like our.
They don't
I don't know.
usually.
I
can they
feel like I'm
survive
getting
it?
ambushed with a lot of
Don't-
things here.
Don't worry, only she can talk to it.
You talk to the raccoon.
He pops up out of the bag and looks over towards you. You see him kind of.
I don't see why that's weird.
Why don't? Where does that bag go? Why don't we put Gildy's head in that bag?
No,
I
Gildy
want him
stays
and Geld.
with
I want
me.
no Geldy and Goulash do not go in the same bag.
He'll pee on him.
Okay, so
Geldy doesn't have to.
to make sure I'm getting a handle on all this, you have what is basically an undead head named Geldy.
Yes.
You have a talking raccoon named Goulash, but only
Only to me. He don't talk to you guys. So go ahead, Goulash, say something.
Hello, I am Goulash, and it is a pleasure to meet all of you. I will meet you at least, Simon.
Okay, that's you. Okay, you're good. See
What
here.
do you say?
He was starting to go on a little bit of a rant there, but he's saying it's good to meet you, Simon. And his name's
And all you
Goulash.
heard was raccoon noises.
it's good to meet you too, Goulash. Okay, so you're telling me you can understand raccoon speak?
Yeah, well, him, at least. I haven't tried
Yeah,
talking
I'm
to
the
other
only raccoon
raccoons.
that you're able to talk to.
Yeah, it's just him.
And you can swear to me that you're not certifiably insane.
You can prove it, right? Like, tell me to do something with my fingers. Like counting.
Why'd you make that face?
I feel honestly you're getting a bargain for $175 a person, plus we're willing to throw in a
What's-
talking head and a
175?
intrigues.
What, 200?
Hey,
I do believe
Ah,
we
we
were
will
talking
settle at
125.
We're not even charging you for the head and the raccoon.
That's what I said.
The head is
Nor
free.
would I pay a head
You get
for
free
a
head with us.
raccoon.
Hey, Goulash is really good at what he does. He might come in handy. You never know.
What does Goulash do?
Show him Goulash, but give it back.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, give it back?
You notice that he makes his way up onto your shoulder, and you see him kind of go like. He puts his hand down like he's gonna shake.
Here's your pocket
And
watch.
as he, you shake his hand.
There goes your peener.
Give me a mind awareness.
God damn it! Goulash the Peter snipper.
2.
Next thing I know, peener gone.
Now go to the bathroom.
What the heck?
And he shakes your hand, and then you know, he releases, you release yours, and then as you do, then he looks over towards you, and you watch as he brings up his hand, and he's holding your family signet ring. He hands it.
I'm sorry, so it's a thieving raccoon.
Well, you put like that. I don't know. He's just skilled. He's very good with his little raccoon paw.
You also watch as he digs into a pouch that's on his belt, and you see he pulls out what looks like lockpicks.
Let's go wash. Put those away.
Oh, sorry. I thought
You're going too far.
I thought I was-
You didn't go that far, and you did.
I was showing them my skills.
Okay, you did enough. You
So,
did good.
I think we're going to take that down to 115 per person.
How is that? How am I making this worse?
115.
It
is
sounds
on the
like
wrong
I'm
way.
taking on quite a risk by...
We're taking on the risk.
The risk to you is actually minimal.
Vera, you need to tell him he will not be saying that if we come across a locked door or a gate. That
He has a point. Goulash says you won't be saying that if we come across a locked door or gate.
So you're telling me that rather than trying to gain legal entry, you would prefer to do illegal entry?
I would never say that in
What
front
are
of
we,
Hale.
nerds?
Did we skip over the part where you're all acting under my name at this point?
I was saying it's
Technically,
hypothetical.
I act only under Abaddon's name.
He really likes him.
And whatever rationalization you need to use for this, simple fact is you are the guild. I'm hiring you
But-
to do a
but-
job, which means your name is inextricably linked to mine. So any illegal
But
activities that you carry out...
Simon. I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, this is going awful.
You're sounding crazy. Do you have Sandman this?
No, I remember now. I got it. It's there, Simon.
Oh my god. Ow.
I agree with you. Why would we have to lockpick a door or a gate
Right.
like your raccoon wants to do when we have you to just unlock the door or the gate? I would imagine you have access.
You have like
I
a key to the
don't,
city,
I don't
right?
exactly have access to literally everything.
Well, that's where Goulash comes in handy. And you
But-
know, we're not...
It's your tech though. Wouldn't you have access to it?
I'm sure that I will have no problem getting us access to my factory and to the shipment that we need to investigate.
It's a case of it's better to have it and not need it, and then need it and not have it.
I'll tell you what. How about you bump us back up to 150?
He's the only one that actually seems to make sense with that.
So we're back up to 150.
That means a lot. Honestly, coming from him, he barely talks.
I imagine it takes a lot of
Well,
energy.
you should be glad he spoke when he did. I suppose we'll stick with the 125.
Wait, what? I'm very good with numbers. And last I knew, you were at 175.
I don't know where you've been in this conversation, but I have been at 125 for the last 20 minutes.
Okay, we will settle at 155.
You're awful at bartering.
I'm very good at bartering.
Have you had to do that before?
So,
Yeah, well, duh.
let's
I'm from
Okay.
Tabeja.
I thought you never left your house.
Let's focus up for a second.
It's not a positive.
It's in our blood.
Growing up in
Which
Tunisia,
one
not
of
a
you
positive.
specifically is going to make the final determination?
I mean, kill.
We've been over this. Murder's illegal.
It is. That's true.
You know what?
I thought you said in jail.
what
The
about
steward.
yes?
You seem to be the most rational here.
It's true.
I will speak with you directly regarding this payment.
Is your blindfold on?
Always.
You better make eye contact for this.
Take your blindfold off.
Yeah, look him in the eye.
I don't think he wants to do that.
Simon, are we-
Do you agree to 125 per person?
Yes.
Then the matter is settled.
125 and what? What are we
Drops.
gonna
And the booze. Wait, what? Yes.
I assume it's 8.
How many? 125. How many hours of shoveling horse stuff is that exactly for you? Like,
What is
that's
125 though? What are we doing?
And what
120
currency you mean?
currency?
Yes. What are we? What's the payment method?
Is it gold?
So that's actually what I want to ask you real quick. So because I know the Aether script was more of a nobility
Correct.
currency.
Aether script would be something that would be paid typically on like really high end purchases, like a skyship.
So I would not be paying them in Aether script.
No,
It would be-
Khazra would be
be
probably what
Khazra.
you pay them in.
Okay, yeah. 125 Khazra.
What is that in gold?
125.
125.
Khazra is gold.
Oh.
So is there like an exchange thing we got to do with that one?
Yeah. Goldia would have exchanges that you can take it to and get it currency changed.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
Well, maybe, yeah. Okay. So
So,
let us...
Now that we have that settled, how are we proceeding together as a group, or are we proceeding in two different parties?
It will be obviously faster to split up, but safer to stay together. Personally, I'd rather be safer.
I imagine none of you are probably familiar with Cloud's Reach.
I'm
No.
a little bit familiar.
There's not a city that I will get lost.
It's very loud. The place always is humming.
You buying nothing? Don't buy us now.
Not yet.
I suppose it would err on the side of caution if we were to stick together, as I would then be able to be your guide, make sure nobody gets lost,
Hey, you know, if it
Or-
makes you feel better, you can watch us, make sure we're not misbehaving.
or
That's fine with me.
And on top
Hopefully-
of that, we're all kind of licking our wounds a little bit still, so.
We've had a rough couple of months.
Speaking of, did you give the healing stuff? Are you gonna hold on to that?
Yeah, it's not, I haven't put it, it's prepared for me.
Well,
Well, then where to first?
And we go to the
I
laser
would-
tech, I imagine.
that's what I would like to investigate first. As I don't really want to make another trip back here, I think we grab the rebreathers from Corin on our way out for when we do make our way down to the Foundry District. Trust me, you'll want them.
Alright. I'll take
Alright.
your word for it.
As the group grabs the rebreathers from Corin, as you leave Simon's estate, you will be making your way down to the third tier. This is the merchant quarter, specifically what is known as Wind Pier. It's one of the largest skyship docks in Cloud's Reach, and it is a chaotic sprawl of airships, loading cranes, and merchant guild offices. Once you make your way to the quarter, you approach, led by Simon. The Skywatch impound yard looms ahead. Is a fortress of reinforced steel and electric fences. Aether torch lanterns cast a cold blue light across the yard, illuminating rows of confiscated cargo, containers, some stamped with Simon's insignia. Armored enforcers are patrolling the perimeter. You can see that they have Aether-powered rifles, and they are standing guard on the outside. As you approach Simon, you see that they look towards you and kind of recognize you already by your just by face. Aether Barons are very well known in Cloud's Reach, so even upon your approach, the two guards standing there seem to kind of look towards each other and kind of go over to you. Lord Antonolo, I see you have come to visit, I'm assuming involving the confiscated contraband.
Yes, we were hoping to be able to examine the pieces up closely if you would allow us in.
Yes, Captain Erland is inside. Speak with him. He can take you to the materials.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
And as you all walk in, the two guards sort of eye your group and move on in. As you enter into the impound yard, you can see an office up ahead. And a individual comes walking out, and as he does, he looks over towards him like, I don't give a damn how long it takes. One way or another, we need to move this stuff. We're running out of room. Every day the pirate numbers grow. And as soon as he recognizes your group, he puts his hand up and goes, clear my next meeting. This is going to take a moment. And he walks over towards your group. Captain Erland, I'm overseer here at the impound yard. Lord Antonello, you here to inspect the contraband with your hired investigators?
That's correct.
As instructed by the Justicars of Hostia, I have not allowed any members of Skywatch near the cargo. It has been untouched. So, I can lead you to it, and you can investigate it at your own free will.
We appreciate that, Captain.
And he does kind of lead you all down into the impound yard, and as you walk into this location, you can see other rows of contraband and confiscated aether tech that is most likely taken from either smugglers or pirates. However, Captain Erland stops. You see his grizzled eyes look down towards this relatively large crate with Simon's insignia on it. His demeanor seems to be practical and indifferent, but he gestures towards it. Here it is.
Thank you, Captain. I'm going to approach the tech and look at it and see if there's any identifying marks that might clue me into who manufactured it.
Give me a mind and investigation. 4-1.
I don't see investigation.
Hold on.
Maybe intuition instead.
Sorry, give me mind and awareness.
Okay.
3 successes?
Yep.
All right. So, as you look towards the crate, already something catches your eye and is a little odd. He says that this cargo has been untouched, yet the nails and the borders of the crate, the wood already looks loose, like it's been pried open and then put back together. But if you wish to continue and open it up and look further, we can. Otherwise, is there anything you want to do yet?
Captain, I thought you said this has been untouched.
It should be untouched since it's been received, and he walks over and looks over towards it. His thumb traces the side of the crate. Sorry, Lord Antonello, I don't know what to say. This is unusual.
Is this the only contraband under your name here? Or are there other crates?
This is the product. This
This is the only one.
yeah, this big piece of cargo.
Do you swear to the integrity of your men?
Give me a
He's a lying bitch.
Give me a.
Get him a kill.
You could either do mind and intimidation or mind and guile.
We'll do mind and guile.
Difficulty is 5-1.
More than
One.
4.
1.
Oh, he's right. You're the sensible one.
Lord Anitolo, the The yard, as you can see, is quite full, and we have shipments moving in every day. Your cargo, when arrived, was escorted personally by me. But after a few days, we did have to move it again, just because the yard was filling up. The men that moved it were Skywatch, but I will not lie to you, I did not recognize them. At the time, I thought it would have been in my best interest to inquire, but I have been overworked.
I can sympathize with that, Captain. Would you have record of the names of the individuals that moved this crate?
Yes, there should be a ledger along with your cargo when it arrived.
I see. Is that something that we could gain access to?
Of course, I can grab it immediately.
I appreciate that. We'll remain here and continue investigating while you grab the ledger.
All right, and Captain Erland walks away.
Are we thinking that's the ledger that we need to look at then?
That's what I'm thinking.
The clue?
That sounds eerily suspicious.
This is making my head hurt. It's like there's so many people all playing a game with each other, but they're not telling where the pieces are at.
Yes, that is the life of an Aether Baron.
Oh,
It'll
yeah.
be alright, Hawk.
Hawk, I think there's a rock over there if you want to go kick it
I
around.
don't want to kill you.
Okay.
I think
Try
you
not
find
to.
a boulder to throw.
No, let's not start that again. Something tells me
I
I
hear
don't want
it's
to
a
deal with
fun
that.
pastime.
You know, Hawk, was it?
Yes.
They did say they were overworked. If you're looking for something to do, perhaps you could assist them in moving things around. Lighten their burden a bit.
You're gonna pay me?
I suppose we could negotiate an extra pay. For
No, I'm here to do this job. It's move crazy.
You almost had him, Simon. You almost had him.
I'm gonna open up the crate and
And it pries open, and as you suspect, it was definitely tampered with. Give me another mind and awareness. This one would be difficulty 4 what?
4.
As you were afraid of, the tech is yours. However, the component in it that was designed to malfunction is conveniently missing.
Something wrong?
The supposed faulty component isn't here. This is absolutely my tech without one piece.
What was the piece?
The piece would be the part that causes the drive to actually engage and turn on. So this piece of equipment is a main engine drive for a skyship. Basically, upon activation on the ship, it would have blew the whole thing up and leveled probably about 6 square blocks.
Is that all?
It's the piece that engages a skyship's engine. From what I can gather, if this were put into service, the skyship would have blown sky high. Pun intended.
I'm glad that you specified that the pun was in fact intended. I was going to laugh, but I didn't want to be rude. We already subjected you to enough.
I appreciate that.
It was very funny. I love
So what you're saying is somebody possibly took whatever this piece is out to create, like, to use it as a bomb, or this piece
That's
itself
probably
would
a
have
piece
been
that they tampered with themselves. They took away the evidence.
I do believe she's correct.
Okay.
I think somebody has taken the evidence that would have proven that this was not entirely mine. So hopefully the captain can get us the names and we can find out who exactly was tampering with this crate.
I have a sneaking suspicion that they're not going to be the actual names of the people.
You're right, but it's all we have to go on.
And then we find him and kill him.
We're not going to.
Is
kill
this the
anyone.
part where Hosty and I come in?
No.
Hosty, I feel like I feel like I'm lost.
There's so many words.
Sorry, so many squirgles.
Our time will come. And then when their words fail, we will be there.
We will.
Until
You know I
such
can
time that
I love the
words fail, violence is not required. I want to reinforce that.
Yeah, good luck. I've been trying for a while.
To be fair, the last 4 things that we did all required violence to
And
varying degrees.
We did it.
I've almost died 4
You know-
times.
I almost died once.
I've had some troublesome employees over the years. I've found it
You
best
want us to
to
kill?
incentivize them.
Okay.
So I will put this to you. If we make it through this without unnecessary bloodshed, you'll each get an additional 25. How does that
I
sound?
mean, that sounds good to me. I mean, you don't have to convince me to not kill people for no reason, but
Unnecessary.
Hostage, it's a
I
good
can
deal.
do that.
oh, yeah,
Unnecessary.
unnecessary by your terms.
It means to only kill those who are trying to kill me.
What if they tried to kill you? Can I kill them then?
Oh, yeah, if they try to kill you, I'll kill them as
If
well.
it is in self-defense, then it will be considered necessary.
Okay. What if it
In
was
only
accident?
self-defense.
What if accident?
Go ahead and give me a mind and intuition. Simon.
On a hot stick?
No.
On hot?
Two.
Autistic.
So, Simon, again, these are outsiders to Cloud's Reach, and it's very obvious that, especially, it seems like Hoste and Hawk, very foreign to this world. You are an Aether Baron. You're not technically nobility, but you're held at the same level. A Baron, someone trying to attack a Baron, is fucking unheard of. To attack a Baron is basically like, one of the most outrageous things that could happen in Cloud's Reach. The need for violence is, unless you are in a part of the city where crime and ruffians and outlaws are at, or pirates are involved with, you've never seen violence like this. You've never seen violence like that ever.
I don't think it'll be necessary to defend me. I think if anybody were to come and attack me personally, they would not be the sanest individual.
He's got a point, actually. That's why they're doing all this stupid stuff with wizard steel. If they wanted to kill him, they'd just do it.
They cannot.
Look at 'em.
Wizard steel.
What cowards.
Well, that being said, I do wonder where is the captain?
You want to hurry this along, huh?
And
Not
you
only with us longer than you have to.
notice that as you are having this conversation, the captain does return as he's thumbing through the papers. Sorry, Lord. I was going through some of the paperwork, and it looks like the Skywatch officers that were involved in the movement of your cargo don't trace back to any names of any official Skywatch officers. They seem to be fake or forged. However, the original ledger that came with your cargo, I've kept that in a safe in my office since it arrived. So I grabbed it, and I wanted to double check some things. And I may have found something. And he goes and shows it towards you. Since there's so much transport that moves between the wind pier every day, keeping track of who's got what and what's going where can get a little confusing. So we've put a routing number on each Aether Baron's belongings. The routing number on your cargo arriving from that train on that date doesn't match your routing number. It matches another Aether Baron, Nikolai von Kessler.
Von Kessler.
I don't know why his routing number would be on your paperwork, but it's there.
Let's see. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, Captain.
Of course. Is there anything I can do for you, Lord Anitolo?
I believe we can take it from here, but you'll hear from me if we could use your assistance.
Of course. Skywatch is, of course, at your disposal. And your investigators, outsiders of Cloud's Reach.
Very much so.
I see. Well, welcome to Cloud's Reach. Hopefully you all enjoy your stay here.
Right.
And don't get on the wrong side of the law. Otherwise you'll be dealing with us.
Yes, we've been getting them familiar with the laws of the land.
No murder.
I mean, I think we'll be just fine. We have a Hell Knight in our company, so don't think staying on the right side of the law will be a problem.
Of course. Enjoy your day.
Well, it seems that we have a name, at least.
Yeah, are you familiar?
I am familiar. Arguably, he's possibly the Aether Baron that stands to lose the most. If my plans come to fruition.
In what way?
The train that you all rode into Cloud's Reach on, he owns that train.
That was a very nice train.
It was fast.
Trains usually are fast. Yeah.
More than one horse.
Fact is, he seems to be quite content using trains and building them much in the same way that I wish to expand trade using skyships. The problem is, if I'm successful, that may downplay the necessity of his trains.
Oh.
Until he makes a sky train.
Is that the thing?
You made him the decision maker.
I
They say there's always innovation.
Is that
there is innovation. I will admit, a SkyTrain sounds ludicrous. It's not entirely out of the realm of possibility, I suppose, but
Well, if you build it, we get a kickback.
I will certainly keep that in mind. That being said, I think we're a little ways off from that. Nonetheless, we need to figure out, I think, to what extent von Kessler is involved in this. We can't say that he's specifically the puppet master here, but it would make sense. The fact that his number is attached to all this means he's involved somehow.
Well, what would he propose the next step would be?
I think before we act on that, maybe we address the audits at the foundry. Perhaps that'll give us more information before we...
Audits and interrogations.
Interrogations. I can do that.
Okay, well, it's not like the type you're thinking. We're just
Oh.
asking them some questions. They were already hurt. Remember? They were factory workers that got hurt.
Oh,
Don't think you won't beat them up.
that's right.
Please don't beat them up.
I won't.
Okay.
No unnecessary violence.
No unnecessary
You
violence.
guys have been seem real depressed.
I didn't know this is what we were signing up for.
Well, hey, maybe we
You-
can.
You get money out of
You
it.
guys have any like fighting dens here or anything? We can put some money.
Fighting things?
Put some money
Well.
on some fights. Get them in there. Get some steam blown off.
We'll turn the 125 into a lot more than 125.
Or a lot less.
Perhaps we can help Simon with his problem, and then is there things to do here at night?
Well, I mean, there's taverns.
Perfect.
So perfect. Then we can go to a tavern afterwards. I'm all ready to go to a alehouse.
Yeah.
But first, interrogate injured people.
Yes. We'll get them to tell all their secrets.
Something the matter, Mikhail? You seem
Perplexed.
confused.
Did I break the law?
I feel like I've heard Nikolai von Kester before. I don't remember where. Does anybody else remember hearing that before? That name sounds incredibly familiar to me.
Does it?
I don't know if it does or if I just think it does because you're bringing it up now.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Oh, you scanning through your memory files?
Yes. Yellow hand through metal
Here,
shot.
code
Breathe
404,
something
file not
from
found.
this. Oh, wait. We ran into him, didn't we? In the underground with the lady who stabbed me through the chest. No?
Was that no hop?
That was a no DM.
That was no? Right before we talked to Lady Brielle, said Forge Master? No?
He wasn't there.
Oh.
Read
Yours
something.
gave us a forged trade permit. Oh my god, my handwriting's so bad. Counterfeit, Aether, Simon, and... What the fuck does this say? Oh, I have Nikolai von Kessler written down, but that's it.
That's what I have too. It's just like there.
It's just
Oh, I do
von
too.
Kessler. No,
He's Simon's rival.
Oh, so we know that.
Oh.
That's all we, okay.
That makes sense.
Didn't someone tell us that was actually his rival? Is that your rival?
Arguably, he would be a rival, yes. I
You
mean,
guys like, oh man.
in the way almost every other Aether Baron is, I suppose he and I are most directly in conflict, but...
We're dealing with an enemies to lover arc.
No, I don't think so.
Since his
Shall
name has
we?
come up, do you think he would be the cause of this?
I think it is not outside the realm of possibility that he could be behind this, given how much he stands to lose if I am able to get the skyports up and running.
He's your peach tree.
I'm sorry, my what?
Your peach tree.
Are you,
I can hate that guy.
are you talking
No
about
idea.
Cornelius Peachtree?
Yes, that is his version of it.
You don't even need to roll for this, Simon. You know the name Peachtree. You know that there's a guild master within Goldia known as Cornelius Peachtree. You know this name specifically because he has been banned from doing any trade in Cloud's Reach because he was found guilty of plagiarism and embezzlement of his own company.
How exactly do you all know Mr. Peachtree?
He wanted us to not become Heroes Guild so he could take what's rightfully ours.
Ah,
It's been
well,
a metaphorical thorn in our side ever since we got together.
Well, at least I suppose I don't have to worry that you are under his employ. Since it sounds like just the very fact that you're here is in direct conflict with what he would have wanted.
Yeah. I would much rather he be under my boot heel.
You don't have to make it kinky.
He might be the worst person we've ever met.
I want to stab him several times.
There seem to be a lot of strong feelings about Mr. Peachtree among this group.
Every turn, he's always been there somehow, indirectly or directly.
I see.
And,
Well, as adversarial as my relationship with von Kessler is, I would not go so far as to say that I wish to see him dead. I don't think our relationships quite equate.
It will.
So, we go?
Now, I think I'm ready.
yeah.
All right. So, as you all make your way out of the third tier, you make your way down, past the fourth tier, and into the fifth, known as the underbelly, the Black Forge. This is deep beneath the mountain surface, even. This is where the fires burn the hottest, the air is thick with soot and smog, and the ringing of hammers and steel never ceases. It is a place of eternal twilight, illuminated only by the flickering glow of molten metal and etheric crucibles burning. Most of the city laborers and smiths and dock workers that are on the lowest poverty level live down here. Their homes pressed against the walls of ancient mine shafts, and their lives dictated by the unrelenting demands of great manufactorums and aether refineries. Many never even see the sky, only the red glow of vents that lead up through the city, carrying the heat and smog to the heights above.
Jesus.
At this point, Simon would instruct you guys to put on your breathers.
People work down here.
Unfortunately, but that's why I invented these rebreathers.
What'd they do before that?
Die.
They died. Is there like a colloquial term for
For in like the
Like the-
inhalation
like
of
something like black
Lip
lung
pop?
or something like that?
basically, yeah, it's known as the black cough, is something that is regularly called. Your saliva turns dark, and it's specifically the smog is from the creation of converting mana into aether. So mana typically is this prismatic black ichor. The black shit gets basically burnt out of the aether and turns into pure prismatic light. And that prismatic air is the aether. That black shit just turns into smog.
Gotcha. Yes, they would die of what has been come to know as the black cough. It's nasty business.
So why can't they just have better working conditions? Why do they have to do it?
Well, unfortunately, it's a necessary byproduct of making aether out of mana. I've been doing the best I can to help the workers so that they don't die on a regular basis, and we're trying to come up with other solutions to clean up the pollution, but these solutions cost money. Not everybody is willing to pay their fair share to do the cleanup.
Yikes.
How much soul fire does the group currently have?
Good question.
I think it's 4.
We started off with 6, right? We've used 2.
I have 4 written down.
You all feel one being used.
Shut up. Well, we weren't asked.
That's what I'm saying. You feel one about to be used. Do you accept?
What's it for?
You don't know.
Can we feel who it's come from?
Yes.
Well,
Feel it's coming from Murdistrov.
That's the witch.
so we'll be down to 3.
She has agreed to all of ours. So.
No, she did, and she didn't do it the one time.
The first time, but that was just the first time. But ever since then, she is.
The one other time.
There
She's-
will be, I will say this, there are consequences to yes and no.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I believe Nevin has a point.
Fine.
Well, I guess the witch just gets whatever she wants.
Slowly turning Italian.
Mamma mia!
Stand to meet the buzz.
Yes. Simon, I need a soul and 3. So you roll soul 3 plus your soul.
The soul stored in the balls. I don't know what.
So 4-1 type thing, or 4 anyway?
Just
Yep,
couldn't
4-1.
3.
You're saying women have no souls?
No women have balls.
What?
You all, soon as Hawk says yes, throws his hand, Simon kind of standing there looking towards everyone and seeming to be sort of confused on what you were all talking about. You watch as he kind of, his eyes roll in the back of his head. You see him kind of stumble forward. You sort of lose consciousness, and in your mind, all you see are these massive chains attached to this massive feminine form. And as soon as you see it, it's like remembering a dream every time you have a reoccurring dream. And this is the first time this has happened while you've been awake. Most of the time when this is happening, you're asleep. And you see Simon about ready to fall forward, and Haste, you don't catch it, and he bumps into you, and you kind of tumble to the side. You hit the ground. But Mikhail and
He's like, ew.
he's richer than you.
But it's because I dress poorer.
Oh my god.
Mikhail and Hawk catch Simon, and as you guys do, you see that pulse of, like when you put a flashlight up to skin. You see that glow inside of him, and you see it spread.
I would have went down with him if I
We have to use a
That was
soul
my
fire to
fault.
keep you
That was my
alive.
fault.
Yeah, use the soul fire to keep me up.
You see that flash, that illumination spread within him like a flickering light. And as quickly as he blacked out and fell, and as Haste took a bump to the shoulder and you kind of fell onto your side onto the ground, you feel your shoulder hit somebody else. And you look up, you come back to consciousness, and Hawk and Mikhail lift you back up to your feet, and there before you see Haste on the ground looking up, and you just see this individual looking down on you. He has this slicked back professional black hair, but he's got white on both sides of his head. And he's wearing this luscious, expensive, looks like fur-collared coat. And he has a cane in his hand. And he has a prosthetic circular eye. You watch as the aperture zooms in and gets real tiny and pinpoint as it looks down towards you. Disgusting creature. And he kind of shrugs you off of his shoe. And
Uno reverse.
Ah, that doesn't feel good.
you notice that to both his left and his right appear to be, look like enforcers, guards, personal security. You immediately recognize this as Victor Drachenfeld, the Aether Baron of the Black Furnace, also known as the Merchant of Death.
Pronounce his last name one more time.
It's Drachenfeld.
Drossenfeld.
Yes.
Greetings, Lord Drossenfeld.
Hello, Simon.
What brings you around these parts?
As much as I dislike visiting my own refineries, I decided to take a stop and check in on production. I hear that your business has come upon some hard times as of late.
Certainly nothing we haven't been able to handle.
Perhaps if Lorien was still the head of the house, things would be very much different.
Different, perhaps. Better? Certainly not.
I always enjoyed the fire in you. It is a shame that you do not branch yourself into weaponry. I think you would do rather good at it.
Well, I'm afraid my talent is more for protecting life rather than taking it. I'll let you maintain your monopoly.
Well, I also enjoy protecting life. After all, if the high houses agree upon it and they allow me to continue my research into the autonomous drone soldiers, then we will no longer have to worry and fear about losing our own men on the battlefield. It can be replaced with steel and aether.
Well, I'm not one for trying to fight future wars. I'm not here to seek out battle. I'm only here to make sure that everyone else is taken care of.
And that is
Those-
why you will be left in the past, Simon. And a word of advice: I would not associate with peasants like this. Out of the way, dog. As he kind of like canes his way.
Who
past
is
you.
this douche? Hey,
Just,
bucko,
He's-
listen up.
Stops.
Hey.
Hey, idiot.
You don't have to forgive him. He's clearly too stupid to see that you're a prince.
A prince? Oh, big shot. Guess what? Who else is prince? This guy. I am
I think
prince.
you saying you're a prince, dumbass.
Huh? Wait, yes, I'm a prince. Yeah.
That's what she's saying.
All right. Well,
You watch as he spins around and his prosthetic red eye narrows in again on you, looks you up and down. You are a prince. In what regard?
in the leisure regard.
Oh,
What kind of regard are you? Prince of Cyclops, huh?
Chaldesia.
Yes. You might know me, I must say.
And that's his real hair color.
It is.
No, I am not aware. But I am aware of your empire and its failure to do anything other than exist within a burning oasis that no one gives a fuck about.
Do you mean a paradise? Because, newsflash, tons of sand.
Why don't you ask your Avernian friend then on how well your siege upon the shores of Abendol have been?
Don't worry, I've already reminded him multiple times, and he doesn't understand it at all.
See that? This. Bob.
Now this is a man who at least knows his position in life. As he points his cane towards you.
Why are you pointing your cane at me?
Because I can respect a lowborn that knows when to lick his master's boot.
Forgive
Hey.
me. Aren't you just a baron? You're not even noble. You're acting like you are, though. It's kind of
In
strange.
Cloud's Reach, we have just as much say as the high
As long as you have
houses.
money. As soon as the money's gone, you're nothing again.
And I have plenty of it. Something
now.
that Simon seems to be quickly running out of.
Is this a necessary regard? Can I know?
No,
No, are you sure? He looks
there's
threatening.
no reason.
Good
looking.
day, Simon.
I'll see you in the future.
With both his eyes.
Hey.
And he watches
Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah. Friendship.
Victor takes his walk forward.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking head. That guy sucked. Are all barons like that?
Fortunately, most Aether Barons, I mean, he's particularly nasty, but none of them are what I would call cordial. With
So that
anything
one-
other than Aether Barons or even the high houses.
Gerhard would be the only other one that you would say is relatively. I mean, his reputation is known as the honest baron.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's, for the most part, Aether Barons, they're incorrigible.
So, he's trying to build weaponry. Sounds like.
Not trying. It is his main business.
So then he's not entirely wrong.
He's trying to expand and go into different forms of weaponry, but he is.
He wants to
When
put
you-
machine. ether machine thingies.
It sounds like he wants to replace warriors with machinery.
That's basically what it is.
He might.
An army made of metal.
There's nothing metal
So-
can't do that I can.
Having been a part of the Bloodset Rebellion, I want to remind Haste.
Yeah, remind
You
me.
know, people try to overreach into areas that they don't belong.
Yeah.
You have to be ready to fight back against that when that
Against.
happens. I'm only speaking as some. This has nothing to do with the job. I'm giving you this for free. Just want to remind you.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god.
that is another job that we could possibly take on in the future.
Yeah, we fight the machines.
I'm just saying, if you need protection in that regard,
Oh, protection! I can do that.
While I do appreciate the offer, as surly as he can be, I don't believe my life is under threat from him.
when he has no more for himself, he's always going to come for the next person. That's how these things work.
Aether Baron's a cutthroat for sure.
What was the name he mentioned earlier? If someone else was still in charge of the household or something?
Lorian.
Hmm.
He's my father.
Oh. Lord.
Hey, I'm going to speak to you, Nubius body. Don't worry about what your dad thinks of you. You're still my best body. You're the first.
Thank Abaddon.
I mean, I appreciate it, but I've never had to question the way my father feels
He's
about me.
not right. You are worth something.
He's projecting. He's projecting.
I see.
I'm
I see. He
projecting,
you
yes.
clearly have some father issues you need to work out. But my
No.
father and I, we are in very good terms.
Can I get a mind and awareness from everybody? Difficulty on this will be 4-2.
Are we all without fathers?
Are we?
You all realize each of your fathers
I got
died.
2, 3, 5, and a 6.
Not mine. I love my fucking dad.
You're all without fathers. You all hate your fathers. Your dad's up.
I got 3.
I got 2.
What's the roll?
I got 2. Mind and awareness.
Who all got it?
What was the difficulty again?
4-2.
4-2.
I got 2.
Perfect.
I got
Okay. You all notice as you're standing within the Black Forge district in the underbelly, and you're all wearing your breathers, there's this rumble that sort of shakes through the entire area. And you're familiar with it, Simon, you're used to it. This is a common thing when the crucibles are basically charging and when power gets unloaded into the forges, it can rumble and shake, and aether smog will shoot through the vents, and a lot of mana will get drawn up from underneath. However, the aether ducts that run through this district, the vents when this event happens, you all hear it. This shimmering purple light flashes and bleeds through the holes of the aether vents, and you can see what looks like something large, shadowy form move past these grated vents like a huge beast charging through this vent. And you can even hear the rolling roar and guttural scream of something. It sounds mechanical, but also organic at the same time. Simon, this is just something that people have grown accustomed to. Dangers of the vents. No one really knows what it is. Some people have theories that it's just unchecked aether that basically screams and like a lightning bolt, essentially, and the aftermath of hearing thunder. Other commoners and lowborn think that there's things like aether mutants running through the vents. However, it's a very bizarre and strange thing for you guys to just experience. Simon, it was Tuesday.
Do you have beasts in your walls?
There's Shadow.
What was that?
Some key level with us. Are we gonna die down here?
I mean, as long as you keep the rebreathers on, you should be perfectly fine.
It seems like there's a
But-
lot going against us right now.
Is the rebreather gonna save us from whatever's in the vent? That was just
It's just small.
Are you trying to gaslight me right now?
He's trying to aether light you right now.
And if I wanted to do that, I would take my rebreather off.
There are those that believe there are creatures in those vents, but I haven't seen anything to substantiate that claim.
How often
Have you
come
been in
down
there?
Here?
Well, I can come down fairly often, actually. Check in on my factories, make sure the workers are being taken care of, address any mechanical issues.
I think you need to address the monsters in the vents.
Speaking of dangers, you took a tumble earlier. You alright?
Yes, I just
glowed.
momentarily
Yeah, he did.
seemed to
you had a glow.
lose my
You
bearing.
had a glow to you.
You ran into me,
And
bro.
just a preference, those who saw the glow, it's the same glow that happens when you guys use Soulfire.
I'm not gonna assume that though.
Does that ever happen?
The question is,
before?
did I see the glow?
No,
Or was
you
I-
were,
I was like
you were
out.
out of it, yep.
It's like
Do you happen to
I
zone
just,
out like that
I
often?
not often. It
In-
was certainly weird, but I doubt it's of any concern.
In the-
I believe we have more pressing matters to take care of.
in the past several weeks, have you felt anything faint like that before?
I can't say in the last few weeks, no.
Is glowing a symptom of being in smog?
No? Was I glowing?
You're glowing.
Yeah.
Have you talked to your doctor about these
We-
glowing
You
episodes?
see, we've seen it before. We've all experienced that before, and usually it happens around when we use Soulfire. That's why I asked. We've used it in the past couple of weeks. So I was wondering if you've experienced it before.
I don't think so. No.
That's
I can't say I've
strange.
noticed myself glowing. I would think I would notice. But then again,
You definitely glowed.
you're
Right.
telling me that I glowed, and well,
I did feel that pull momentarily, though. Obviously, we all did. We all
Yeah,
out loud agreed.
yeah.
So
Alright, well, I guess that's something we can just worry about later if we have to. Get this
Yes.
figured out. The longer we're down here, the more concerned I'm getting about my health, so
as long as you keep the rebreathers on, you will be fine.
I feel like it's seeping into my skin.
you saying that
Well, you
multiple
might
times.
have to take a bath after this, but I assure you, as long as you don't breathe it in, you'll be fine.
The amount of times you keep saying that makes me worry that it's gonna come off my face at some point.
I kind of wanted to breathe it in just to see.
You should try.
Don't
You should
don't do that.
not listen to
Don't
him.
do that.
Just
Do it.
keep the rebreathers on. Now, granted, it's not going to kill you immediately. It's usually over a lifetime spent down in the foundry.
Okay, then what's the problem?
You're supposed to
It's
be his
still
best
not
friend.
good for your health.
Well, you
Stop
know
trying
what?
to-
If I'm supporting him. He wants to do it.
Thank
So
you.
I'm supporting my friend.
Thank you. I take the rebreather off. Take a big
As someone
breath
that
in.
has been your physician for the past,
I'm gonna-
It's too late.
I'm doing it.
Never it's too
do
late.
that.
You take it a big breath, or
Yeah, big
Oh
breath.
my god.
give me a
There you go, best
give
buddy.
me a body and fortitude.
Oh my god.
Since you basically are not from Cloud's Reach or have any tolerance to this,
Hey, what about breathing in sand though?
difficulty is going to be
You just ignored.
5-3.
What is it? Body and what?
I think if
Fortitude.
You can, if you can
I
breathe
can't
in
even hit that. Wait, oh no, wait, I could.
Five,
I
That's
could.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
5-3.
the difficulty.
You got 3 1s and a 6.
Okay. You take in a deep breath, and it's like inhaling.
Like a fucking fish.
You should probably put the
Put it
mask
back on,
on.
Hostek.
That's why you keep the rebreather on.
Why didn't you warn me?
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
You instantly have a headache.
Is he always this stupid?
Yes. We got-
Then why'd you let him? We'll
can't
cover
let-
that later.
Yeah. Well,
When
let
we're-
him what? Let him what? We can't.
Now just
We don't get to choose.
forget that I brought it up. We'll talk about it when we're not out in public.
Oh. Okay.
I thought it was funny.
I didn't know.
You will
Hellman's
have
had a
aether
sense of
fog
humor.
dizziness until you have a short rest.
Okay, what does that include?
Basically, it's going to reduce any mind rolls by 2.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the club.
Is he at 0?
No,
No.
Damn close.
You
though.
said welcome to the club. You got 1.
no. Because of the shield, I can be. But I haven't
He
rested
might
yet,
actually
so-
be dumber than Hawk now.
Oh my god. So let's just, for the rest of this little trip here, let's just keep our rebreathers on, right?
So where do we go next?
To your factory.
I think we head on to my factory.
You lead the way.
So, I said it before, the Underbelly District never sleeps. It's a place of ceaseless toil, where the air is thick, with the scent of molten slag and the clang of hammers, reverberates through the smog. At the heart of it all, Anitolo's Aether Works churns like a restless beast. Its smokestacks vomiting steam into the poison sky. But something is wrong. The factory floor is that's normally alive with movement is eerily still. Workers stand in uneasy clusters, their faces drawn tight with fear. They have seen too much, machines that break without reason, safety valves that fail at the worst possible moment. And each time when the inspector arrives, there is nothing left but the stench of scorched metal and the weight of another fine against Simon's empire. You notice that within the group of employees, you can see Torvin, the dwarven foreman who runs the foundry.
Say that again.
Torvin the Dwarven Foreman.
Yeah, Torvin, the dwarven foreman.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes. I didn't think it was going to get that reaction, but
Wow.
You could have set
I
up.
think it almost sounds like melodic.
You could have spoken for 25 minutes describing everything about this.
Say that 3 times
If
fast.
there was one thing we were going to react to, period, Torvin the Dwarven Foreman.
Technically, in the language of the dwarves, they're known as Karadin, so he would be Torvin the Karadin foreman.
No,
But
that's too late.
you guys like that, Torvin the dwarven foreman.
I feel like there should be
Yeah,
like a whole.
yeah, for sure.
I feel like there should be a song about him, like a Paul Bunyan kind of song.
Oh,
Carl's on it.
Dwarven Torvin the Foreman. DTF.
down to close.
Are you gonna tap him?
I thought it was TDF.
I know, I changed it.
Oh.
Dwarven Torvin the Foreman.
Scene's your guys.
So who's this guy?
Torvin, may we have a moment?
Hey, yes, sir. How can I be assistance? As he comes walking over, you notice that Torvin has arms like steel. Sleeveless, you can see where he's got these big, like, welder's gloves, but his bare arms are covered in what look like slag burns.
Caleb's biting his lip.
And wears a large, almost like welder's apron.
You have my helmet on? They're just twirling nothing.
Torvin, I'd like you to meet the 7.
There's
kinda
5 of you.
I just realized that. Do you know our names? Do we
I
really?
know Hawk,
Okay.
It's me.
We got kind of far without that, huh?
and I think somebody said your name was Hoste.
It is correct.
The rest of you know. I guess I know Goulash.
Goulash. Vera.
Evan.
Mikhail.
And you are quite astute. Yes, there is not 7 of them. It's a bit of a misnomer.
You can tell, I'm not even going to make you roll for it, that Torvin has a look of like when someone wants to tell you something, but they feel uncomfortable about telling you.
Could you all excuse me for just a moment? I need to have a word in private with Torvin.
All right.
Try not to
Try.
wander into anything or anywhere you're not supposed to be.
Try being the keyword.
That's all I can ask. That
Give him some crayons or something.
Follow, Torvin takes you off. Sir, the auditors, they're here.
I see. Have they turned up anything?
That's the thing. Sir, I don't think they're auditors.
What would make you say that?
They don't seem to... I don't have any proof, but with the amount of audits that we've had coming in lately, starting to kind of get a vibe for them. The way they walk, the way they talk, the way they look around, what they want to see. They're wanting to get to places that are suspicious. Things that aren't even close to the accident sites. I don't trust it. I don't trust them.
Did they show you any credentials?
They did. They looked legitimate, but what can I say? Things have been weird around here, sir, and the men are pretty spooked.
Understandably so. I don't know what we're going to do exactly just yet, but that is the purpose of bringing in the 7.
These 7, can you trust them?
I'd be lying if I said yes. But I've had a sort of deja vu almost concerning them, and something tells me that I may not necessarily be able to trust them. I think that they can help us.
Hey, well, I know you're not a religious man, Simon, but some of us Karadin still find comfort in Throndoran. I'm no traditionalist by any means, but the stone remembers. If you got a feeling, your instinct's telling you. I'd trust it.
I appreciate your input, Torlin.
Of course, sir.
As far as employee morale, I'll leave you to take care of that.
Yeah, it's sort of the worst it's ever been.
Whatever you need. The last thing we need is for our workers to abandon ship, as it were.
Right now, production has halted while the auditors are doing their thing. So, we're sort of getting, not really, we're getting nothing. So, we're behind, and after they leave, the men are gonna have to put in some long hours.
Yes. And we'll have to make sure that they are more than appropriately compensated. You find out what they need. You let me know.
Well,
and we will take care of it.
I sent them down to the cradle pit. If you want to go and speak with the auditors yourself, be my guest. Now, what they're doing down there, I don't know. Some of the other men are watching them. As far as I'm aware, they're just looking around, but like I said, I don't think they're auditors.
I appreciate that. Tend to the workers. I will meet back up with the 7. We will go and speak with these auditors.
Of course, sir.
No, head back.
What were you guys doing in the meantime while he was having the conversation?
Staring at each other in silence.
I was counting
Counting?
things,
Can
people.
I just look around and kind of get an idea of what this place looks like?
Yeah. As you look at the location, it definitely looks to be a lot more dirty and a lot larger than anything you saw within the Sin Forges of Cinnavar. This dwarfs them, no pun intended, in comparison to the size and scale at which this would be capable of manufacturing. Anything from Mikhail's perspective, you are seeing why Avernus has been talking about wanting to consort, if not take, this technology.
There it is.
Why are you smiling?
What?
There it is.
My mom's right.
Simon returns back to you guys.
Welcome back, my lord.
I was Torvin, the Dwarven.
Not the Malord, no.
Oh.
Woman.
No.
Alright, sorry.
Sooner call me Anatolo than that.
Okay.
But Simon
So-
will suffice.
This area is really impressive. Got a good look at it since you were gone.
I appreciate that.
The Sinforge is nothing compared to this.
I spent many a year down here in my youth, keeping things running, making improvements where I could. But we're not here for memory lane.
So you were the son of an Aether Baron doing hard labor down here?
Lorian was a firm believer in you can't understand how to run a business until you've been a worker in the business.
Makes sense.
So
Doesn't it, Hostay?
Oh God, no! I did not work.
He's a Nepo baby.
I did not.
I see.
But I did work on the pirate ship, and then shoveling the caca, the horses,
The what?
the poop, the scat.
Why'd you say it like that? The
Like
skiat.
what? It was scat.
His hands are soft, basically, is what he's saying.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
no,
just-
they are leathery from all the spear work.
no, it's a metaphor.
No, it is leather hands.
Metaphorically speaking, he's got soft hands.
I do not have soft hands, and I'm not the metaphor.
You do know that a metaphor
Don't.
is really not supposed to be insulting.
He won't retain that information.
Okay.
A person is not necessarily a metaphor.
All right. Neither
The
is
metaphor is about what? About the leather, the
Right.
soft hands.
I don't.
You don't want.
I don't have soft
Guys,
hands.
don't push him too hard. He's tired.
I'm tired.
He's
I
trying my
breathed
pores.
in a bunch of air. I'm hurt.
Yes, even despite all the warnings.
Well,
That was kind of my fault. I pushed him.
Yes,
I am
you
an
did egg him on.
I am an adventurer, and I must adventure, and that means breathing in weird
No,
air.
he's
sometimes.
You know-
actually he's stunted, so he thought it was magic.
But it was curse.
Did we find anything with Torvin?
The Dwarven foreman. Say his own name. We gotta respect it.
Torvin has pointed me towards the auditors, and is not entirely convinced that they are auditors.
How many auditors?
There's only 3 of them. But
What are the chances that 2 of them are the same 2 that?
You don't
Regards-
suppose people are posing as auditors to get into your factory to tamper with your tech?
I think that this is entirely possible. The question is how to prove it.
Follow them. Hostay can't be very
I'm going
quiet.
to need to engage with them. They're here to see me, more or less.
Do you want us to go get them?
No.
Oh yeah, you can engage with them and then give them the okay, like yeah, go do whatever you gotta do. That's cool. And then we follow them in silence, all sneaky like, and then we watch them tamper with your tech, and then we tell you.
I see. And are you all good at stealth?
Very good.
I'm sorry. I normally wouldn't ask that question, but well,
I will say, believe it or not, Haste is good at stealthy stuff. Obviously, Vera is as well. I'm not. I'm wearing
saying,
full plate armor, so
full
I
plate
mean,
armor makes that rather difficult.
And this makes a lot of sound.
But Hawk is the most sneaky of us all.
That's true.
I have known to be sneaky.
Yeah,
And-
he's usually our scout, actually.
You know,
In the
And
wilderness.
then the record
In
is
here,
the most stealthiest.
where do you hide? There's no trees or grass or.
You stand still long enough, nobody will notice you.
That is false.
I would have asked for goulash, but I'm afraid that I don't really have raccoon-sized rebreathers, and I wouldn't want to put the little fellow through the smog.
No, he's the most tenderest of treasures, and I will not risk his life.
Yeah, it's actually kind of stuffy in here, really.
Yeah, you gotta stay there. It's for your own good. You'll be fine.
Well, I believe that's our plan of action then. I will do what I need to do.
So where do we hide?
Any
By we, I think I mean me and Hostay and Hog.
Well, rafters would be one place you could potentially.
Actually, We were actually talking about this before, so maybe we could still make that plan work. Nevin and myself can go with you.
Well,
They say that I'm a battle lawyer. I wasn't the greatest when it came to that side of stuff.
so you would be
In the
familiar with,
The
say,
jargon.
and also whether or not their credentials would be legitimate?
Absolutely.
What are you doing, Hawk?
You see a Hawk, he's
I thought
covering
that was-
himself in the grease along the walls.
Oh,
I thought that was
buddy.
Quentin doing something.
I thought it was a spider wheel.
So did I was like, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, what the fuck is going
I
on?
don't think you want to be doing that, bud.
I'm going to blend in.
It could be toxic.
You could get in trouble.
What if you just what if
It's
you're gonna pass it
great.
out season on the floor?
Oh, fucking. That was a good save, Hawk. That was a good save.
So you get trouble, he's like, it's great.
So, okay, back to your question. Vera.
Like, is that grease toxic?
Is it?
It's just dust. It's basically just dirt and dust and grime.
As long as he doesn't eat it, I suppose.
Don't put it
I'm not
past
gonna
him.
eat it. I'm just gonna putting it all over my body.
Hawk, you realize you're the only one doing this right now.
Don't lick your lips.
I am normally, when I sneak, I need to blend in. I
Okay,
can't
okay,
blend
that's
into
fine. You do what
metal.
you need to do. Do what you need to do. Anyway.
Well, there'd be atmospheric vents that you'd be able to go through. There would be rafters. There's basically anything large enough to conceal you would be.
Let's go in the vents. I want to see if the shadow creature is in there.
Not
I don't
those
wanna see- I don't
vents.
wanna
Not
see
those
that.
vents. You don't go in those vents. There's vents for bringing air into the factory, and there's vents for the smog. You don't want the smog.
But I have a rebreather.
We need to be able to see where we're going.
You still don't want to be in there. It's part of the extraction process.
Okay.
Suffice to say, you don't want to be in there.
Next question. We're watching them, and they actually do what we think they're doing. We jump out, grab them, bring them to you. What do you want us to do?
That's an excellent question.
'Cause we gotta have evidence, and I'm wondering at what stage. We wait for them to do the whole thing. We wait until they start doing the thing. Take the thing.
What would your opinion be on this,
I keep
battle
saying things,
lawyer?
I forget what the part's called.
It depends on if you're going to hire me as your official lawyer for the moment.
Hypothetically,
You're really milking this, huh?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, I can't represent him if he doesn't say or ask to be
Oh.
represented.
in a hypothetical scenario, to what point do we need for evidence to prove that they are the ones at fault and that I am innocent?
That's a good question. I mean, there's multiple different loopholes that they could go for. I mean, that's the same with anything, really. It just depends on the wording, what it is that they're looking for specifically. If they hyperfixate on one thing, and it happens to be the one thing that we're looking for, we could go from there. You could guide them.
I'm almost wondering if there would need to be a code of some sort, where if the three of you are able to see them tampering with things, we don't necessarily want them to know that we're onto them, but I wouldn't want them to leave the factory. Can any of you whistle?
I can do a cow noise.
Do the cow noise.
Moak.
I never learned how to whistle. Every one of my family
I don't think
told me
Nevin can whistle.
Well, I need something a
Lips
little...
are too thin.
Yeah.
That.
You don't see it. You just hear it.
What?
Give me minor awareness, everyone.
What?
He's
Whistling with a bubble.
No, Hawk is in the background.
I honestly thought that was Hawk, so I was like...
It
that.
was.
It is.
Oh.
He's blended
That's
in.
4.
4.
I got 3.
I got 2. No,
Okay.
I got 2.
All right. You guys hear the whistle, but you do not see Hawk.
Ghosts.
Where did that whistle come from? Also, that's whistle. In case anybody didn't know.
Oh, what just happened?
The noise.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I've heard a whistle.
Wait, where's Hawk?
I'm here. I whistled.
You guys heard it coming from above somewhere?
Hawk, I don't like this. Please come out.
How did you do that?
Actually, I kind of want him to stay hidden.
Well, I mean, right now, does he have to do this while we're talking to him? It's kind of
Well-
freaking me out.
It seems like he hears us just fine.
Show me where to follow.
Okay.
What's going
So,
on?
okay, Hawk, you'll be the one to signal. If you see them planting evidence, whistle, and I will make sure that they do not leave the factory before we can figure out what they've planted or tampered with.
Okay.
I will find some excuse to keep them here. Is everybody clear?
Hawk, the only one can whistle.
I mean, I can whistle.
Wow.
I mean, I've
We're
never
useless.
tried. I
I
can't
didn't
whistle.
know whistling was part of the plan to join.
I don't think any of us really chose this life. It chose us.
Fair enough.
Alright, so Mikhail, Nevin, and myself, we will go deal with the auditors. Please, be careful. I'd rather nobody else in my factories get hurt.
So what's Vera and Hasta gonna do?
Well, we were gonna spy, but now we got nothing to do, I guess, because Hawk's on top of it.
Literally.
I will climb the raptors to get up to
Get a better-
Castle Height.
okay.
Yeah. I'm going up.
Okay.
I'll find Hawk. And then I'll find the bad guys.
I guess I'll follow.
You go with them. Okay.
And
You guys essentially are following, but just out of sight. Simon, you go down into the cradle pit, also known as the ladle pit, and you end up seeing 3 auditors being watched by your men, and they kind of just seem to be walking around, being quiet, taking notes.
Before we go in, Simon, if they do ask why the two of us are here, if I may make a suggestion on an explanation, it's because of the uptick in audits to make sure that everything is going all right. In the event that they even ask. I'm sure it'll be strange for a steward and a Hell Knight to be with you.
yes, given the circumstances, though, I can't imagine they would have any objection to me having third-party arbitration, or even fourth party for that matter.
I just,
And I can't think of better arbitrators than at least the stewards.
yeah. Are you ready, Nevin?
Ready?
All right. Again, what I stated earlier.
Okay. Good day, gentlemen.
Hello. I assume that you are Mr. Anitolo.
I am the proprietor of this establishment. I understand you're here for yet another audit.
We are indeed wanting to be extra safe and cautious. We know that there have been some recent accidents, so we want to ensure we didn't miss anything on the previous 6 audits.
Certainly. Nothing but safety minded, I'm
Yes,
sure.
I assure you you'll be able to resume your production as soon as we are finished, although your men seem to be following us quite closely. It's causing us some severe setbacks in our investigation.
Well, I understand that, but you must understand this is their livelihood. They're very protective of it.
Yes, I see.
And quite frankly, they're just wanting to make sure that
Well,
nothing has
unfortunately,
happened.
Mr. Anitolo, it also could be the sign of workers afraid that their improper work ethic it will be exposed.
While that is certainly possible elsewhere down in the Foundry District, I have the utmost confidence in my employees, and I will not stand for anyone suggesting otherwise.
Oh, we are not suggesting. We will only accuse those with the evidence is found of negligence. but if you wouldn't mind, we would like to investigate and not under such a scrutinized eye.
Well, I can certainly appreciate that. However, I do have a couple of friends brought in for third-party arbitration. If you would be so kind as to provide your credentials.
Of course. You watch as they reach out and they hand over their credentials, and it looks like they are a certified auditor under the Order of Hostia, and it has the Skywatch stamp of approval.
Is there anything off about it?
It looks legitimate to you.
May I? Hostia, huh?
Of course. No one more truthful than the lady herself.
As it were. Work a lot of people that are arbiters of Hostia, so. And as I'm saying that, I'm like looking it over.
As you're looking over, it looks official. You do not see any discrepancies.
Seems legit.
I see. Has your credentials back.
Thank you. Mind and awareness just from the three that are there. So Nevin, Simon, and Hale.
Yeah, 3 again.
3.
I'm assuming it's 4.
It would be technically all 5 ones.
Okay, so I got 2 then.
I got 1.
1,
I got 2.
2. Haste and Vera, I'm going to need a mind and awareness from you. You guys have a upper advantage, so you guys get 4. It's going to be your typical 4 ones. Mind and awareness.
2.
2? 4. Okay. Vera, you're able to spot it. Maybe you are watching with your scope. But as it looks like Simon is having the conversation, you guys are pretty high up. Good I'd say 30 feet above them. So you see one of the auditors as they're looking and seeing the conversation. Looks like they take a step back behind one of the ladles. And it looks like they're like looking up, like they're walking around. But the moment they break line of sight with Mikhail, Simon, and Nevin, you watch as they start backpedaling and they back up and they start making their way down another tunnel shaft. You're the only one that sees it, essentially.
Yeah. No idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm 30 feet up in the air. I can't. No, I can't. You bastard.
Dog whistle.
How's that? Can you whistle?
What's
I
that?
don't think Hawk's with us.
Whistle? No.
Yeah.
I can do a little cow sound.
Shit. Did you see? I'm gonna point towards the guy who just went down.
As she points, you can see the guy starting to make his way down a shaft. And it looks like he's deliberately fading away from the area.
Can I
you know
climb
what?
through there, the chase?
You guys could follow up above.
Okay. Oh, let's do that real quick. I'm gonna pull out like a stale piece of bread from my snack sack
Okay.
from the train. I'm gonna throw it down towards by like Simon, and hopefully it lands.
Give me a body and ballistics.
All the subtlety of a grenade.
The only person to ever turn a piece of bread into a grenade.
2.
2. Okay. I hope that those credentials meet your expect.
Sorry, was that bread?
Yes, I think I just was struck by a chunk of bread.
You know what? That might be one of the workers getting unruly. I do apologize. That is certainly not common conduct. I understand you are busy. We'll leave you to it. If you could stop by my office before you leave the factory, I would greatly appreciate it.
Of course. We will get back to our investigation. And you guys following up above the rafters, notice that individual makes their way down this hallway, and you guys are kind of walking on a metal great walk above them, and they come into this room where it looks like it takes a crane, and this crane moves this big, huge cradle or ladle of molten magma and takes it over to one spot and pours it into another. And with the light of the lava glowing and illuminating off them, you see they reach into their bag and they pull out what looks like a spherical disc. They set it on the ground, and then they take what looks like a glass bell jar and they put it on top. And they quick look down the hallway where they came from, and then you see they turn the device on, and it seems to be powered by aether. You see they connect an aether cell to it, and the moment they do, it turns on, the chamber of the bell jar begins to fill with aether, and you see a cloud of aether form, and then it begins to warp, and you see an image of a person starting to appear like a hologram, but made out of pure aether. So you can only really see the outline of the person, no like details of them. It's not like a picture perfect. It's like a foggy shadow silhouette of a person. But you see the individual form inside of the jar and looks towards the auditor. How is the investigation going? It's going according to plan, but I think they might be on to us. Simon brought in some outsiders. I have no idea who they are. They look serious, though, like professionals. That's not good. I want you to abort the mission. I will engage Plan B instead. Destroy this now, of course. And you see as they turn it off, you watch as they bring out a hammer and smash the bell jar. And you watch as they pick up the disc and they throw it into the magma. And as it melts into the magma, you guys are above them and see all of that and hear it. And then the two of you hear
I think Hawk saw it too.
You watch as the person stops and looks around, and then you see the wall behind him. And you watch as this gray form just kind of comes off the wall.
Oh god.
And he like grabs the. See Hawk, I got one.
Good job, bud.
Should we grab the device chunks pieces?
Whoa, it's less glass.
It's just
but-
glass, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's mission accomplished.
Yeah, we weren't even needed, I guess. Hawk, you did great, bud.
What do I do with them?
I don't know. If we did we see where Simon went?
You're lucky you're not necessary.
Oh, you said he's going to his office. He'll be in his office, right?
Yeah.
So we'll take him to Simon's office.
Maybe we should knock him out.
Knock him out?
Knock him out. Don't kill him, but knock him out.
Right.
He's gonna break his neck. Please don't. No, don't do it. Don't do
You
it.
watch as he sets him down and right on top of his head,
He's dead.
throws him up over his shoulder.
Falling.
No, you said knock him out.
Right, but I just don't. Sometimes I don't think you know your own strength, bud. Let's make sure he's not dead.
That's why I hit from the top, not the side.
Yeah. He'd still break his neck. All right, let's just go. Let's get him back to the office.
You guys make your way back, and as you do, you notice that Simon and the Nevin and Mikhail, where did you guys go afterwards?
I would have just.
I would've stayed with him.
Yeah, I
You
don't
guys
even
followed
know
the
what
office. You guys don't see any signs of the other auditors.
Okay.
You guys eventually make your way back to Simon's office, and as your group walks in, you see Hawk walks in holding this auditor over his shoulder, and then Haste and Vera walk in behind him.
Hawk caught one.
I caught one.
Take it something happened.
I whistled, but no one was there.
Ah.
We were there.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was there.
But I guess the point of the whistle was for Simon to hear it. But I already alerted him, so it's fine. He
Oh.
knows.
All right.
So the bread was you then?
That was me.
I see.
You know I'm smart and genius.
I'll give you points for cleverness.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
next time, don't hit the altar.
Yeah, do we get a bump up in pay then? Or?
We'll discuss that later. I think
What?
we have more pressing concerns right now.
Sets him on the chair. All right.
He's not dead, is he?
No, I just knocked him out.
So you got somebody tie him up. Somebody got water. You got water.
I'm sure we can get some water.
Do we have to go straight to waterboarding?
I'm not
wait,
gonna
what?
waterboard.
Waterboarding?
I'm splashing him in the face to wake him
Oh,
up.
okay, sorry. I just thought that might be
No,
what
you don't
wanted
need
to do
water.
first.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, my head is throbbing.
Yeah. Be glad that your head still is attached to your body.
What is the meaning of this restraint?
I have no idea. Like you were kind of just.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's true. You guys are very confused
Yeah.
as much as he is. Well, we saw you, friend. We saw you communicate with someone. Who were you talking to by the ladle? Your little bell jar trick. What was that?
Eldar trick.
Yeah, some sort
Good.
of communication device. Took out like a little disc and a glass bell jar and some hologram looking thing. I don't know what a hologram is. Some little ghost looking thing popped up in the middle and started talking to him.
Is that right?
You saw all that, huh?
Sure did.
You're just gonna
Simon,
come up-
you would recognize what they're describing as an aether projector. It's capable of projecting images over long distances.
Is that a limited item?
It is a very valuable item, something that only an aether baron would probably be able to afford. Something that's definitely not allowed outside of Cloud's reach either.
So you're just gonna come out and say whatever it is that you need to?
And for
'Cause
every
I-
lie, we cut off a finger.
Well, I was gonna start.
Whoa!
I was gonna start with.
That's-
Hold on.
Before we need to get into violence, sorry, quickly. Did you describe it as a jar with a disc and a ghost?
Yeah, it was like he said he took out this disc, put a glass bell jar over the top of it, and this ghost popped up in the middle.
That's an aether projector. Which means your boss is an aether baron.
Yes, but I don't know who. That's the difference.
You're lying because you were clearly talking to somebody. They just said you were talking to
Just
somebody.
cut off a finger just for safety.
Don't cut off my finger!
I'm gonna grab one of the fingers. I'm not even breaking it. I'm just grabbing it. Are you sure you want me to do that?
No. I am fucking telling the truth. I do not know who the Aether
Okay,
Baron is.
well, we know that you know what Plan B is, right?
They don't tell me what Plan B is. Listen, we were just hired to come in as false auditors. They gave us these really slick, authentic badges and everything. I don't know who they took them from or who they killed to take them, but
Who gave them to you?
our contact, all right? I'll tell you who they are, but they're not an Aether Baron. They're basically thugs from the underbelly.
That were hired by somebody probably to have you get the contract.
Yes, all I know is it has something to do with...
I'm gonna tell you right now, if they're thugs from the underbelly, I've been here for 20 minutes. Nobody, if it's an Aether Baron, that's the only person who could get this. What thug in the underbelly is
I'm not saying that the thugs... I'm just saying that whoever the Aether Baron is that gave the tech is probably paid off these fucking thugs.
Right.
So it is an Aether Baron.
Well, yeah, look at who has an Aether projector?
How did you get the Aether projector?
The thugs.
And who do the thugs work for?
I don't
It's an
know.
Aether Baron, isn't it?
I feel like we're going in circles.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. So back
Circles just
on
like this
track.
projector.
Back on track. Who was your contact?
All right, in the underbelly there are, as you're aware, some pretty nasty people. You're Simon, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know you've heard of the Grey Wind Cartel.
Yes.
They were the ones that hired us to come in here and do this.
Were there any names associated with them? I'm not talking Grey Wind. I'm talking specific people. Who did you deal with? Did they give you a name?
I didn't get any names. Both me and the other two guys here, we're low-level con artists. They chose us because we're good talkers, and we can look like auditors. Most of the guys down here in the underbelly look like they belong in the underbelly.
I see.
So would you be able to take us to where you meet up with the people that...
Abso-fucking-lutely, as long as I don't cut my fingers off.
Wait, hold on. Haste's got the idea. What if we use him? Because they'll probably reach back out to him. And
What?
he could be our spy now. How much are they paying you? He will double it.
Will you
Not
roll?
quite so sure why you're so cavalier with my funds.
That's alright, I am a cavalier.
No, if you don't show us, then I will leave
No,
you somewhere
I will
with-
show you, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think it was the Grey Wind. I think that all of that was a ruse too. I'm gonna throw you extra information, just for the fuck of it.
Good, then
So
maybe you can
ruse
walk and
within a
talk.
ruse is what you're saying.
I'm saying is, I think they wanted us to be even in the dark. I don't even know who it was that I was just talking to. Alright? All I know is that we were supposed to come in here. The goal was to cause some of your equipment to malfunction. They wanted one of your ladle pits to spill molten magma all over the work floor. Obviously, that didn't happen. You sort of stopped us from doing that. Were they paying me to do that? Absolutely.
These are all things we know.
Love that this guy's just singing like a canary.
Yeah.
This is because I want to cut off his finger.
However, the Grey Wind part that they told us, don't quite buy it. Sort of kind of a dead giveaway, if you know what I mean.
Why'd
Maybe
you look at him?
because one of them was him.
Oh, I thought you were making fun of him being a steward.
One of them was
Okay.
a steward.
Well, he didn't dress like a steward, didn't act like a steward. I'm pretty sure he was part of the Dead Sons.
So what?
Evan, are you familiar? What is that?
You have no idea what that is.
I've never heard of the Dead Sons.
You know the Dead Sons, the pirate crew, Sky Pirate crew.
I don't think I read up on that one. Okay.
You get a pirate crew to take care of this pirate crew.
I know just
So you're
one.
saying
The best goddamn pirate crew and all.
they posed
Not
as. You're saying that one of them looked like they were the dead ones.
Well, he looked like him. Like that.
Steward?
He looked like a steward, but he wasn't dressed like a steward. He was dressed like, a thug.
Ex-steward?
I mean,
Does that happen?
there are those that usually we are given to the church when we are born. Maybe there are some that never
Defect.
never are given to the church. They just would have been a hard life.
You see.
If that becomes a problem, would you be okay with facing that?
Yeah.
Good.
That's all I know.
That sounds like you've been about as useful as you can be.
You can still show us
I
where
can
they
show you
met.
where the meetup was. I can show you where we all met up at. And trust me, you know how the underbelly is. You take a wrong turn here, wrong turn there, and next thing you know, you're in a real bad David territory.
Yeah. Good,
Well,
good place to leave someone with all their fingers and toes broken.
you really want to break his fingers, huh?
No, I just want to make sure that he's fully aware that I'm ready to do whatever it is.
That is 98% of the reason why I'm talking.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good.
On that note, I think what we should do at this point, we're going to gather up the other two cohorts. We're going to turn them into the Skywatch.
Okay? You can turn me into the Skywatch too.
We're going to turn you in eventually.
It's good. I will say, if we're in here talking, there's a good chance they might have already fled.
If they have, they have. And unfortunately, that means you're going to go down for their crimes.
You know what? it beats anything that I think the people that I'm working for are capable of. There's a good chance that I would just disappear and become a lost cog in this massive machine. At least if I go to jail, I can go serve my time. Come out a reformed man.
That's the spirit.
Well,
I think it's too much of a risk. We should take him back to our fortress and then he shall become a helper.
I'm sorry, a helper?
Maybe you could come out as an actual certified arbiter of Hostia.
After my record, I've been in and out of jail more times than I can speak. Hell, the bailiff probably knows me by first name.
Which means that you would have at least a little bit of leeway in...
What is your first name?
Stephen.
Okay.
But if you're sincere and you keep your nose clean, perhaps we can find something for you here.
Wait, like a job?
Yes.
That's
Only if you comply with everything we tell you up until we turn you over to the Skywash and you serve your penance.
That sounds like a fair deal to me.
Never mind. I can't see him, but I can feel it.
His eyes just glow green. Penance.
All right, well, I'll take you there now.
Hawk, go ahead and untie him.
Unties him.
Call that a hawk tie.
Just move on with the scene.
All right. As he said, as Stephen said, when you leave, it looks like the other two individuals have fled. However, do you follow this individual to where this meetup is?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you need like a disguise or anything? You know, maybe like a little hood, something. It's gonna be weird for you walking around down there. Someone's gonna notice you.
It's not unusual for me to be down here. That being said, I think a robe would be a wise idea.
And Hawk will be walking around still with all that grease on him, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll want to stop in somewhere to just grab a very basic robe that can partially obscure my face.
As you leave the Aether work, the streets of Cloud's Reach, as said before, are never truly silent. But tonight, something is wrong. The usual hum of the city is dulled, swallowed by a thick, oppressive fog. As it rolls through the alleys, then the stillness is shattered. As Stephen turns towards you, it's right up this way. Crack! The sound of a gunshot. You watch as his brains exit the side of his head as he hits the ground. Through the smog, breaking out the Aether lights one by one. The light source begins to disappear, followed by the sound of boots striking the pavement. Shadows move in the mist, figures shrouded in the smog, their lensed goggles gleaming with a red, haunting glow. As you see figures begin to emerge, dropping as you see canisters onto the ground. They explode into smoke bomb-like clouds, only seeing their eyes now glowing through the fog. And you hear a respirator-covered command break through the smog. Leuchtnim Company, move in. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you all for joining us, and we return next time for episode 25.